coordinate?
I talked to Shim, actually, because we had several talks about MS4 stuff,
Yeah,
but that actually came up in one of our conversations. And yeah, he's been still waiting on the contact with them, and he said he's gonna keep following up, and as soon as we know something, then we'll visit that project
okay, so we're still waiting for NIPSCO.
to coordinate the movement.
Okay,
So NIPSCO has to move their gas line for us to replace the culvert,
Yeah, it's literally on top of
and it has to go where then?
wherever they want to put it. I don't care as long as it's not on top of our storm. It just has to be relocated because
But
it's,
do it to the other side of Agawam?
most likely they'll try to move it further in that easement
Okay,
as far as they can, but it's on top of our storm now, and we can't even begin to move it with that.
okay. We'll just, if there's any like movement on that, just let us know.
Yeah.
Just on top of that. Aside from that, what about in terms of ditching or anything like that? Are we have anything planned for that or?
So we went around and kind of at MS4, we've been kind of looking for when we get in that stage, but we have been doing cleaning. In fact, I just sent the guys out yesterday, and we cleaned 4 inverts that were full. So we cleaned those out, and then they in the construction area we've put the screens in. So we've cleaned those out, and then I plan on, as soon as it's not as hot, next week, hopefully. I was gonna send an email out to the council and Rob to try to get them to hit the neighborhoods again, because we got a lot of rain debris. So I was gonna have them make a run through again.
Okay, yeah, I walked down in ours. I mean, we still have like leaves from last year,
Yeah,
but it's not like a lot.
yeah, I drove around yesterday actually looking at them, and there's quite a few that have coverings. So,
Yeah, okay,
so yeah, we're working on them, keeping them up.
yeah, all right. Good. New business, MS4 preparation checklist, and so it looks like, Jeanette, you've given us.
Well, that is the, okay, so what I have here are 2 documents. One is the NOI. This is the first thing that gets done, okay? Is the NOI, and if you recall in that letter that was sent out, you know, the one from IDEM that was dated April 13th, that it states that yes, we acknowledge the receipt.
Okay,
We're working with the town. From our behalf. So you have a year to file the NOI,
okay,
and then once the NOI is submitted, then it's actually developing a plan, which is this other document that I gave you, which is their initial application and submittal and checklist. So really their state form kind of outlines the steps
okay,
that they want to take on the first part. So really, I don't, you know, I've looked through this, both these documents, and I'm sure Sean will have a lot of input on this as well, because he's, you know, gone through this process before with the city report. But I know, you know, we need to identify current storm outfalls in the town and pull their limits that are set forth by items for like pollutants. But in terms of the checklist, one thing that kind of stands out to me, I think, which, you know, would be ongoing, you know, discussion is, you know, for your MS4 program, where's the funding going to come from? So, because I think that is talked about in this checklist. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm thinking of the other.
Yeah, it has to be outlined in your.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I guess my question is, so is the program outlined on here? Like the MS4 program?
This is the initial, submittal. I think that there's further documentation after this, which that I did not pull.
Okay,
tonight.
so we have 1 year to file the NOI,
Yes.
and then we have 1 year from that date to develop the plan?
Oh, I did not state that. That may be true.
I don't know, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I thought that's what I heard you say.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I said, so I'm not answering to that.
So we have 1 year to file the NOI.
Yeah, 1 year to file it, and then that letter I sent to you,
Uh-huh.
Jim, then by July of that same year,
Okay.
you have to have your plan. And what, basically with the plan, this is from the conference that I just went to, and me and Jim had discussion on this too before we talked about it tonight.
Yeah,
I don't wanna say lesser is better, but your plan is better to be the for sures than what we'd like to do in the future.
oh,
Because,
I mean, our plan is gonna be bare minimum.
yeah, so
I mean, you said that
there's not a lot of
there's,
teeth behind it.
right, so, I mean, we'll do the minimum.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the paperwork trail and the public outreach and just showing that you're trying to do something. When it comes to
Right,
the infrastructure side, that's it, what we can afford and what we can't.
right.
Best practices of obviously of all new
Right.
subdivisions and things like that is what we want to really strengthen.
So do we have is Porter already MS4 and they have a plan in place? So is that plan or their quote unquote program something they'd like be willing to share?
Absolutely. So with Chesterton, I've already talked to
Okay.
them. And that was some conversation. Actually, Jim said that this was just as of yesterday, so this is all hot off the press. Fit the best for us. I think that we're unique in is the middle in our industrial sites will have to report to ICE because they hold their own MS4, but because they're within our boundaries, they have to report to us.
Okay.
So it's all of that, but
Mhm.
quite a bit. There was a lot to take in, a lot of notes, so lots probably gonna have to be refreshed, but just so you know, what we sent you, Shim did address that with her. And she responded back saying, well, we was just trying to get Burns Harbor to get ahead of the game faster than what they are. And he's like, we're already ahead of the game.
Exactly.
So she admitted that.
Yeah,
She's like, oh, we're just trying to keep people on their toes, so
yeah, we're
you
good.
can disregard that
Well,
better, yeah.
right, and you've got a year to submit the NOI, but what you're saying is you have to have your plan in place, or no, you have to advertise by July, or whatever that was. And to me, of the same year you submit your NOI, to me, my thinking is, all right, we'll submit it January. And then,
Yeah.
you know, because
Right.
then you've got,
Absolutely.
Well, and I certainly think we should be working on a plan,
Of
like
course.
if we can maybe get Chesterton's and Porters in advance of our next meeting. Cause I know, Bill, you mentioned to me that the communication is the big piece. So if we can,
So I've requested Chesterton's
Okay.
outreach stuff already.
okay,
She said I can come over and pick it up anytime,
Okay.
so.
I can always get it.
Yeah.
Who is that now?
Her name is not Sarah anymore. I forgot her name. I got it in my office.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, because actually Reggie gave me her contact information and her folder of what they do.
Okay,
And I didn't have all their literature and stuff.
sure, okay.
But she
Yeah.
said, yeah, I can stop over anytime and pick it up.
Okay, yeah, if we can maybe have that for August, and then if we can make a note to make sure that the NOI is filed by the first of the year, I think that's a decent plan.
Yeah, and then by July,
We'll
we have
have-
that plan in place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to, but we can start now
Mhm.
looking at it. Okay,
But I
So meeting every other month, it's gonna take
Yeah.
a longer process
Yeah.
than somebody who meets, every other week.
but like Bill was saying, even whatever the base expectation is, I mean, that's where I would suggest we go to start. There might be some more optional things that would be better for our community, but like you said, we're already,
Right.
working in that direction, so.
Well, they gave us credit for that too, is that we are, the amount of work we've already done. And, a lot of that is from our engineers and planning commission with
Yeah.
catching it with all of our new development. So when you look at the development we had versus the old part of town, that compliance, he kind of brings everything in already that we've been meeting. The biggest thing is watching our outfalls and where those point sources are. But again, that's later down the road. Like she said, like Janetta said, we have to identify them in the early parts, but you may never have to even sample or test. It depends on what that if we start seeing things.
Right. All right, so we'll have more for August, some plans from other communities, and then Michelle, if you'll just make a note for Corinne we'll follow up and make sure that the NOI is sent in by January. So I missed that.
And is, just for my information, is Global handling that for us?
Just looking at it, general information like population, and I feel like most of this is
That's why.
probably something that we can do.
Okay.
Although it does, I guess part F is probably we're holding health general discharge information. But like some of it we can manage, I think. Yeah, so probably together, we'll work on it and, yeah. I don't have a clean book, so I don't think we have any claims tonight. So, good of the order of the community and any other business. Announcements, next meeting, August 17th.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion, and a second to adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried.